running for the position of the President of Nigeria. As God will have it, the two of them, they've had the privilege of leading their states. Am I correct? So it's not difficult to assess them. Is it difficult? Is it difficult to assess them? I think that as youth, what's important in politics is to do a very dispassionate, non-emotional, non-tribal assessment of candidates. You want an opportunity to lead this country. You've had an opportunity to lead your state. Can we see what you have done? You want an opportunity to lead this country. You've had an opportunity to lead your state. And today you want to leverage on the youth. Can we see what you did with the youth when you had the opportunity to lead your state? Am I making sense? When you ask yourself this question, I don't intend to answer it for you. You should answer it and answer it appropriately. Students of political science are taught to approach politics without emotion. Natural studies also teach you to take decisions without emotion. Because those who are emotional about decisions act in an erratic manner, and at the end of the day, make very grievous mistakes. It's easy for you to shout and hail people, but it is important that at the point of casting your vote, you ask yourself an honest question: where does this vote lead me? What would become of my generation after I've casted this vote? Not of you. Because regardless of where you end up, what is important is the opportunity for your generation to grow. If today, in southwestern Nigeria, people who were 20 years ago below 50 years had the opportunity, and 20 years after, they are the people who form the crop of the leaders of Southwest today. What does that say about the leader who made them? That means we leverage on the youths. Am I correct? What is the age of the people who are the political leaders of the southwestern Nigeria today? They are possibly in their 60s and below. Am I communicating? If they were in their 60s and below, that means they were at our age 20 years ago. Am I communicating? What does that say? That the leader was able to be insightful enough to find this young man resourceful, to have given them an opportunity to grow and become what they are today. Right? It is easy for us to say, oh, 39 million Nigerians within the voting age of 18 to 35. I will leverage their strength to become president. Thank God you're not talking as Uzu, because Uzu haven't led anywhere except his home and his private businesses. So little can be known about Uzu. But you've had an opportunity to be governor. So what did you do as governor? always tried not to castigate politicians because I want to speak to facts. But if you ask me to speak to facts, it will sound as if I'm castigating politicians. But unfortunately, if facts castigate your personality, that means you haven't done well. Because I'm not making up these facts. I was the Deputy Chief of Staff and Chief of Protocol to the former Governor of Anambra State. I held that position as a very young man, and I added immense value. Before me, who held that position? How old was that person? Am I communicating? Before Uzu became the Chief of Protocol, who held that position? Primus Odili was the substantive Chief of Staff. Before Primus, what was the age of the person who was the Chief of Staff to the Governor before Primus became the Chief of Staff to the former Governor? It is the same you, in plural now, that politicians want to leverage to be president. So when they become president, they don't find you worthy. If I wasn't found worthy, the state wouldn't know me. Most of you wouldn't know me because I would have been in my private business and you wouldn't know me. I would need an introduction that might go back to my village for some of you to even begin to make sense who is talking to you. Mark Okoye was made a special advisor under the age of 30 because the then governor was ready to make him commissioner even at 28. But the law didn't allow that. So he had to put him in waiting list till he turned 30. And he was made a commissioner in this state. Am I correct? And he did extremely well, didn't he? Did that not say the youths can do the job? So who was the commissioner of budget and planning before Mark Okoye? You could answer. You could tell me the age of the person. It could be your mother's age if your mother is above 70 or 65. As a student, he was appointed a senior special assistant to the former governor. Am I correct? And he served many tenures. In the ESCO of the person who intends to liberate you, was there anybody? He was a governor at age 45. How many of his mates were members of his ESCO? If he could be found worthy to be governor at 45. If he could be found worthy to be governor at 45, how many people within his age bracket or younger than he served in his ESCO? You can run the list. I'm speaking to facts. I'm not castigating anybody. I'm speaking to facts because I'm talking to the youth. If all people see us as young men that you congregate for electionary purposes and give them stipends to go online and speak to people in ways you want them to speak to people, and when election is over, you don't find them worthy to do anything in the same government you congregated them to win. Of what use is your input to such electionary campaign? Let's tell ourselves the truth. And the truth is, the person that is the reason I'm before you today talking to you is Uzuegbunam Okagbue. I did a comparative analysis because I'm a political scientist. I did a comparative analysis of the candidates to inform my decision beyond personal relationship, because that is how young people like me reason. I reason when I think deep. The success that is enjoyed in Anambra today was essentially delivered by young people, because the then governor of Anambra State found young people worthy to form part of his team. And in that government, young people were able to prove themselves that they can do it. It is the young people of today that can be discussed 20 years from now to say that in their 60s. Am I correct? Yeah. So at what age and at what time are you supposed to add value? When you're 60, how much of the truths that we're making now, speaking to people non-stop without even having a break to have meal, can you do at 60? So people want to leverage your strength and youthfulness today and probably call you up when you're weak, when your kids are now due to take the position. You'll be dragging the position with your kids because you were not found worthy